Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos and tutorials. In this video today we are going to talk about another sculpting application. This time it's SculptGL. It's a web sculpting app, but also it can be downloaded as standalone, and it's very connected to the application, the program which we talked about in previous video, which is Nomad Sculpt. Actually, it's made from the same guy who made the Nomad Sculpt made the SculptGL, or it could be, it should be said differently, the same guy who made SculptGL made Nomad Sculpt, because obviously, at least as much as I know, SculptGL was made first and it was turned into Nomad Sculpt after some time. So I wanted to share this one for a few reasons. First of all, this Nomad Sculpt desktop beta, which I was talking about in previous video, is beta. It works as only as a test run, only with as much features as they want to give you for free. And the most important thing in it, as you can see, I'm opening the Nomad Sculpt now. When I want to export something, it says trial version, no export. Web version is only a demo. I think it could be exported in some kind of desktop beta version. I have to try that, but on the long run they will disable that also. Why? Because they want to sell it. So this app, Nomad Sculpt, it's a premium app. I think I have explained that in previous video, and although it will probably be very cheap compared to ZBrush and 3D Code in terms of price, for some people it will still be inaccessible. They won't be able to get it because they don't have money, or they are living in some kind of third world country where they don't have credit cards and so on and blah blah blah. So it's a big no for them in terms of final product. So although I said I think that you should try this and play with it, this web app SculptGL, which we are talking about today, I think it's a better choice. It's a little bit tricky to say, but at least it's a better choice for this important feature, which is files import export, and then export whatever you make here. Whatever I sculpt here with my skills, and for example I need this for my game now, I like how this turned out. I go to files, import export, save as obj, which I can then import into Unity engine or Godot or Unreal or whatever engine you use with 3D capabilities, or STL, or I'm not sure is this ply or however it's pronounced, and you can even for example print this on 3D printer. So it's very useful. So this is the end step. When you finish your sculpt, you're okay with how it looks, go to export and then deliver it for game engine, 3D printer, or whatever you need. And as we just saw in Nomad Sculpt web version is only a demo, trial version no export. So this is a huge problem here in terms of final result. So although this again should be this Nomad Sculpt, I think you should try it. And as you can see already, I'm not going to go into details, this web SculptGL, sorry, it doesn't have, by default it doesn't have icons. user interface is very raw. You have some kind of drop down menus, so topology, there are some buttons only with text, same with rendering, same with sculpting. So for example, I want to pick move brush, I have to go to tool, brush, drop down, move, then do something like this, and in Nomad Sculpt I just click on move, and move icon, and there it is. So there are a couple of more clicks here, which again, now when I show it like this, it doesn't look so bad at all. Okay, those are just few clicks, few seconds, but the problem with sculpting and 3D in general is that you have to go from one tool to another in seconds. So you just go, okay, I create something, okay, now I pinch it or crease it and so on. So you're not going to make only few clicks by model, you're going to make a million clicks when you make a model, because you will just have to jump from tool to tool, and it's much easier when you have those here on your left or your right as user interface icons, as buttons with clear picture on it, graphics, so you can see. And it's especially needed for beginners. They just don't know which tools does what. They have to try it, to experiment, so they see, okay, I see this, this is moving, this is drawing, and so on, flatten and so on, other than clicking on some drop down menu with text only. So that is a huge difference. And again, because this is free and you can export with it, this is actually a production ready tool, so you shouldn't be angry on this guy or whatever. Just it's great as it is so far, but again, this could be much easier for more people. And although on the long run you will even working in SculptGL or Nomad Sculpt, you're going to, when you become more and more professional with it, you will use shortcuts probably sooner or later. So those are a few differences, huge differences between those two, which I wanted to emphasize. So it's exporting, which is available at this guy here, not at this guy here, but this guy here has better user interface icons and so on, and this guy by default doesn't have it. But this guy is free, and even better, you can download, I think you can download a standalone version, which I will do as soon as possible, because I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow removed it from internet. So download the standalone version, you have the web version, and that should be good enough for most indies, and not only indies but even more professional working studios, or even on, I guess on AAA, although AAA would use probably ZBrush or something like that, but at least you can create a prototype for a AAA game even in something like this, I think. And for the end, interesting thing is that these two apps, SculptGL and Nomad Sculpt, are actually connected, or it would be even, I guess, more truthful to say they're the same in terms of made by same guy, this guy, which I will leave the link in description, Stefan Guinier, however it's pronounced, genius. Guy is obviously genius because he created so much stuff which works great, and it's most of it's free. And he probably created this SculptGL at some point in time as some kind of prototype test working version of it, and it worked fine. People were using it. They created stuff with it. So he was like, probably I'm telling my idea of how it went, but again, if it's not true, just write in the comments. So after some time he turned this SculptGL into application for mobile phones and tablet, which he named Nomad Sculpt, which was improved, better and optimized for mobile. And this Nomad Sculpt turned into a professional tool in terms of people used it, wanted to pay for it because the price was around $20 or $30, and again, they created stuff, he improved it, added new features, made it better and so on. And after some time now he, because people like it and ask for desktop version, he is now turning that into desktop version, which we talked about in previous video here. So what I wanted to say is the same guy who made the tool which I'm talking about today, SculptGL, made the tool which we talked about in previous video, Nomad Sculpt, and to be honest, it's probably very similar, although as I just told a few seconds ago, this guy here which we're talking about today, SculptGL, it's free and he is not going to update it to make it better, to add new features, and because hardware is also improving, and software also, in terms of you have new Windows versions, you have new hardware graphic cards and CPUs. You from time to time, when those things happen, you have, as a programmer, you have to update that into your code, and it's not easy. I'm not on that level myself that I can talk about that professionally, but I know it's not that easy, or it's time consuming. It takes time, which is money for those people and so on. So what I want to say is, do not expect that this tool, SculptGL, although it's great, it will be updated for new OS or new CPUs, GPUs, new whatever, web. So this is a web app. After some time web will be changed and maybe this will not work. So that's what I wanted to say. So that's why you have to invest some time, always from time to time, into new apps or buy new apps and so on and so on. It's an endless game, and we have talked about that previously. And to understand and learn about this SculptGL, just click on these links on his site. So you have the shortcuts, for example, for, let's see, for tools, how to there are no, so this is for example also very important for me and interesting. I don't see sculpting tools. So to go from brush to draw, or sculpt to, from sculpt to move tool, I would have to click on buttons from 0 to 9. Okay, for some people that could be useful. For me maybe not that much, but yeah, probably you can customize those. So you have shortcuts, you have settings, cool. So how you can customize those things, and also you have gallery to see what some people created in it. Although again, there are some really nice stuff here which looks production ready and game ready, or animation or sculpt for 3D print, but also some not so AAA-ish, like this one, which is again fine, but just I guess some of those are very old. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and try this. My recommendation is to try SculptGL, both the web version and also download the desktop version, which I will do right now, and also try to compare it with the Nomad Sculpt, which we talked about previously. And that's it for this video. See you in next one, where we are going to talk about another sculpting tool, I think, just to make a couple of those in row, so you have some kind of idea how things go in that world. See you in next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.